Well, hey everybody, Monkey Puzzle here, and it's time for episode number 29 on the IronMine ARK server cluster, our vanilla-esque cluster of Ragnarok and Aberration and the Island. And if you remember, I'm in the middle of a project trying to build a Megatheritorium, a Megatherium breeding stable on the island in order to prepare for getting the island bosses, something I haven't done at all yet. We've got the ones on Ragnarok and we got Rockwell on Aberration. So want to go ahead and tackle the ones on the island now. I don't know how many years late from when it came out, but this is my pace and I'm going to do it. So I left you last time. That had actually led me back to Ragnarok in order to breed some really good, what do you call these guys? Dunkleos. You can see this little fin sticking out of here. I can't really go down that way anymore. And I did that. It took me actually about a week. So every day for a week, I logged on and did some more breeding until I combined all the best stats of the ones that James and I had. He is my neighbor down that way. Let me go ahead and put this on before I drown myself. There we go. And so, yeah, I've got them. So let me go ahead and grab them. They're all following each other right now. And what I have at this point is 7 of them. So I just got to extract them. Let me get back to you once I get them all out here and following me. Okay, I think we're good to go. And so, yeah, I just take all 7 of them out, and just over this way, over in the, this is basically the wyvern scar that comes between the highlands and the volcano up there here on Ragnarok, and it comes on down. And I've shown you all this before, but there are these rich obsidian nodes down here that I can go ahead and harvest with the Dunkleos. So these guys, one of the big stats that I needed to get on them is weight, because it builds up pretty quick. You can see from that one bite, I got all that metal. This is going to kill you, but I'm actually tossing all that stuff and just keeping the metal and the crystal, which there's a little bit of. I'm still going to need to get some more crystal. But yeah, I've been starting to use these guys and do the harvesting to get all the metal I'm going to need for really just the perimeter fence of what I want to build. The thing I want to build is actually going to be mainly out of wood, which is, this is all very unnecessary for, but yeah, I want to build with the Eco Stables mod. It was something I haven't really played with before, and that's also part of the ambition for this. You can see I fill up really quickly, so I'm doing a lot of dumping and so on. But the way I've got these guys all following each other in a loop is that basically, let me take a few more chomps here. Get this crystal right here. I can grab that. Come on, bite it. There we go. And then go ahead and dump that. This guy's not all the way full, but say if he was, then I just go ahead and grab the next guy following me. Or gal. There's guys and gals. And then we just do that. The one I was riding goes back to the end of the line, and then I just keep going till I have filled them all up to their weight capacity. But because I have 7 of them, I get quite a bit, and I'm still not done leveling them up. This one I've put maybe about 50 levels into, maybe not quite. Yeah, actually exactly 50, and I've gotten the weight up to 5,000 right now, so that's pretty good. You can also just dump things a little faster like that if you're willing to do the typing. I don't know which is faster really. But anyway, I'm going to finish harvesting and I'm going to show you how much I got from one run. And of course that's going to go up as I get them all more leveled up. This is one of the first ones I bred, and the ones at the end are the last, so they're not as leveled up. They don't have quite as much weight as this one does. You can see I just got a level there, which is going to show up anytime now. So there you go. And there's also more things I want to tell you about that we're doing here with the cluster, but I'll get to that as soon as I'm done with this little harvest run. So I'll see you soon. Not quite back yet, but there's something there that I think this is the first one I've seen Well, I saw it yesterday too, but there's an ammonite, which may be old news for you all, but in all my time playing ARK, that's actually the first one I've seen. So I'm not going to bother it, because if I remember correctly, what they do when you attack them is they call in every other sea creature around. So I'm not going to push that issue. What are you guys doing over there? Getting all stuck on each other. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. Okay, maybe it's 5 minutes later and everybody's all filled up. Doesn't take that much work, and you know, I don't know if it's any more efficient than using an Anki, but it's just another more interesting way, or at least a different way to mix it up, get your metal, have different ways to go about it. So once I get back here, we just circle around a couple times till I get everybody within the perimeter of our little defense shield, and then I'll go ahead and show you what our haul is. Okay, I got everybody in safely. So let's start by getting the metal in here. So let's go ahead and pull in the metal. And look at all that. That is thousands of metal. So I can just go ahead and pull all. We got 20,000 ready to go ahead and smelt into ingots. And then left out there is still, oh gosh, what we got? We got like 10,000 more ready to go. So that one trip got a whole industrial forge and a half worth of metal. So that's not bad at all for 5-10 minutes work. And then up here we can go ahead and see how much crystal we got, which is the least of it. I may still need to go out to the desert, to the crystal cave, get enough crystal for this project. But there you go. You can see we've got, get the full number, 1,821 crystal. And I had used it all up before. So that much from one haul. Nothing to sneeze at. Probably need more than that. And so I've been going ahead and starting to craft up a bunch of these metal fence supports and these large glass walls. Again, this is just for the perimeter protection here. So let's go ahead. Let me search for glass and make up another round of these. And yes, crystal is definitely the limiting thing. These are 4 glass walls worth of material, so they take quite a bit and they're pretty heavy. But I need to make my wall at least 4 high so I can keep out the gigas and hopefully the titanosauruses and stuff. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it. I'm using the paste that comes from my garden island over on the western shore from my Acatinas there. And so I've got as much of that as I ever want to bring over here, thanks to the S Plus Animal Tender. So that's how I'm doing that. And you can see here we've got a taming journal. So just yesterday, we added a couple more mods to the cluster. We're trying to keep it pretty much vanilla with sprinkles here. But we went to heavily modded for a while. And over there we played with this mod called Immersive Taming, which is just amazing. We decided it's really how we think ARK taming should be. You kind of win the trust of animals by feeding them more than just tranking them and you know, they wake up from their narcotic stupor then, you know, after you've fed them a certain amount and they go, oh, you know, you shall be my master for life, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So yeah, we brought immersive taming on here and hopefully that'll work out all right. Some of the creatures, or a lot of the creatures that had more interesting taming mechanics than just tranking them, we excluded them from immersive taming so that we could not trivialize the tames of them. But yeah, so this is the taming journal for them. It's pretty cool. So I'm not sure what these red check marks stand for, but you can see all the creatures are in there, but some of them, like the rock elemental, we made it so they cannot be immersively tamed, or there's some that you're not meant to tame, like adult wyverns and rock drakes. We made sure that they were excluded as well, and so on and so forth, so that, like I said, we wouldn't trivialize those tames. And we also added, oops, close, don't punch, Naj's Speedy Flyer, so we can actually level up speed on our flyers again, which is going to be amazing. It's not like classic flyers where it brings all the pre-nerf stats back, so they're not going to get more melee and all that, but speed will be levelable again, so that's going to be amazing. Anyway, I'm going to finish crafting up a good starter round of these materials, and then we're going to go over to the island and start the build over there finally. All right, see you then. Okay, so I did that for a while. I harvested with Dunkleos, and I also went down to the crystal cave down in the desert, and I went ahead and I crafted a bunch of fence supports and large glass walls, and they were in there, but now I've gone ahead. I threw this down, and in the data section over here, if it will load in, there we go. I've got these things loaded, and we're going to take them on over to the island with no further delay. I doubt I have enough, but that's something to get started with, and I've got some saddles and some creatures here that we're going to use right away. So let's go ahead and pick this up. I threw this one down, the one I'm carrying around with me. Got a terrible delay going on at the moment, probably because I am also streaming right now. So yeah, we've got a whole audience that's part of this video with us at this point. But let's go ahead. Whoa, a little snap back there. So we're going to go over to the island straight away right now. One thing I always like to do before I do that, because I can since I'm an admin here, is I save, because you never know what's going to happen. Transferring is sometimes how people lose their hard-earned characters. So with that save, let's go ahead now and travel to another server and head on over to the island. So let's go ahead and join, and I'll meet you when I get there. All right, so here we are over on the island. You can see that this is actually still one of our least populated servers. If this was Ragnarok, there'd be beds everywhere. Aberration, not as bad, but still pretty full. The blue zone and the red zone still don't have too many beds in them there. But here on the island, it's pretty reasonable. Biggest cluster is over here of beds where around the green obelisk, a lot of boss fights have been happening from there. But I'm going to start over here where I've got a personal toehold over at the Blue Obby CC. So this is a community center over by the blue obelisk up on top of the mountain there. If you guys saw that episode, this is another way I had set up to get some metal and crystal. So we are here. Whoa. Okay, come on, load in. Stop snapping back. Yeah, so this is like the Forge Keep over here up on top of the mountain, and this is also a very good place to get metal and crystal. Not quite as good for metal as the Dunkleos. Well, the Dunkleos are even better for obsidian, is really why I set that up, for getting large amounts of polymer made when organic polymer just won't do it. So yeah, we got this, and I've got a stockpile here also of some crystal and some more Actina paste and more metal and some other things, so if we need to get those. But let's head on down now over to the site where we're going to build the Megatheritorium, as it is so dubbed. I think that's a great name. Blinnemons had suggested to call it the Megatheritorium, and I just modified that into the Megatheritorium. So I got my nice griffin here waiting, ready to go. We're not overloaded because most of the stuff is still in the obelisk, so we just got to get around over to that field that I wanted to do this in, which is over this a ways. It's between all these mountains. So I will meet you as soon as I get over there. So we're almost there now, folks. The reason I picked this spot is it's between the two spawn areas for Megatheriums on the island there. One of the big spawn areas is there behind me, and all that Arctic area is where a good amount of them spawn, and then the rest of them spawn over in the redwoods. And in between the two is this clearing here, which I've always been really attracted to, but have never done anything on. Like I said before, it's a silly place to do this because there's all kinds of spawns here. Usually all kinds of big predators and gigas and rexes and even worse, raptors. Looks pretty chill right now. Looks like we have a lot of herbivores down here, which is always a good sign that things aren't too bad. Although we do have a Carno causing some trouble over there. Let's go ahead and grab this drop. Why not? See what we got. Looks like we got a saddle and some gloves. So I'll take them. Boom. Alright. And let's get going with this build. We're not going to finish it today in this episode, but at least we're going to get a good start. And we're going to get through the biggest grind of it, which is basically setting up the perimeter wall so that I can do the more interesting building within it. So I think first we're going to need to have to take care of this Carno. Let's go ahead and do that. I could do it with the Griffin, or I could just go ahead and do it like this. A little too far away. Get out of my way. Okay, well, that's how it goes. All right, let's put that away. Took care of him. Oh, we got some bugs, of course. Some bugs to bug me. And hopefully we can get away with this without too much death, but if I do die, you guys will be along for the ride. And we got a nice pink RG over there. See if it leaves us alone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see how this goes. Make sure this guy's on neutral, so he'll defend me if need be. We are going to throw down this S Plus Tech transmitter, which, you know, luckily you can pick up and put down as many times as you want. And before I do anything else, we're going to download some bodyguards. So let's go ahead. I think we got to do it down one at a time. Actually, the Pteranodon is the one we don't want. I've got some Ravagers and some Bears in here. So good old Ravagers. That one was named Corwin, which is after the lead character in Chronicles of Amber, which is pretty cool book. You guys should read it. It's a series of books, actually, if you haven't, but it's about these sort of kind of godlike beings that can go through different parallel dimensions, have all kinds of adventures and stuff. So we got those guys. Let me go ahead and get their saddles out. Hopefully I can carry all these. Let's see. Don't need the Pteranodon ones. We need the Ravagers. And then these guys will be here to protect me. And as soon as I get them saddled up, we'll go ahead and pull out the building stuff. Let's go ahead, get them equipped. So we got Bro and Sis. These bears have not appeared in a while, but now they're back. So there we go. Let's give Sis the good one. She'll get the good saddle. That's a nice Ascendant one I just picked up yesterday, actually. And can I move? I can. All right, so there's Corwin. The Ravager saddles are nothing special right now, so we'll just go ahead. Actually, yeah, Corwin gets the... Yeah, that's the lead one, so it gets the fancy saddle. And then, here we go, Bro. You can get that one. And then, oh, you're sitting up there. Havoc. Okay, there's your saddle. And we got one more over here. Alright, so I should be reasonably well protected against anything but a Giga at this point. So that was the first step. It's just to get some folks here. I like having the aberration creatures on the island. Oh, you're all following me now, aren't you? Alright, so why don't you all come out over here. And we got a mosquito sitting there. Alright, and you can unfollow me. Bro and Sis, y'all should follow each other. So, oh wait, wrong one. Okay, there. Being a dork. All right, and there. And then I had all my clone army of Ravagers. So all the boys were named Cleave. All the girls were named Havoc. Corwin here is actually lucky enough. Hey, what you doing there? Look at you. to actually get his own name. So that was a little novel. Let's get them following each other. And then, yeah, we should be good to go here. So, all right. So I'm going to get some parts out and think about it in a second. And then I will rejoin you as soon as we're ready to lay some parts down. Yep. So getting into all kinds of fights here. You missed some of them. We fought a Calico already, a Troodon, a few Dillos, some Megatheritoriums. Now we got an Argentavis getting in the mix, the Therizino. So hopefully we're cool for the moment. Let's see. I bet you just for law of averages, this Therizino is going to get into the fight as well. Yeah, see, as soon as I mention it, it's coming right over. So let's just go ahead and handle that. It's not a high level one. I do want a Therizino. Lots of spawns around here. Oh, and we're out of range of my crew. Hey guys, hello. You got a job here? There you go. Do your job. Okay. Oh, and we got another RG coming in. Oh no, it's going the other way. All right, so now that I got that out of the way, let me try again to grab some of these materials, and I will meet you when we're ready to lay some parts down. All right, folks, I went ahead and pulled out some building parts and was just about to start building, but it turns out that over here, can't quite see it, we've got an Alpha. Oh, and just a regular Raptor too. Let me see if I can get my guys to attack this one from where they are. There you go. Go get it. I figure we might as well handle that. We may spend the whole video here just killing off our distractions before we even manage to do any building. So hopefully these guys can handle it. They're all pretty well seasoned. So yeah, I think they got it just fine. Cool. So now I just need to get everybody back over here and we will start the building. So again, I will join you in a minute. Okay, with a few other distractions out of the way, had a little RG that came down and got into our business. I think I have a plan on how to start here. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of different lines to follow along with the fencing here, but I'm going to try just starting it in this corner right here. We've got the path going that way, which is not exactly straight. And then we've got this line right here. I'm going to see if we can get a right angle out of this. That will be kind of our starting point for this. We might actually eventually cut off the corner because we've got, if we're not going to free place, we've got right angles and 45 degrees to work with. Free placing is a bit more difficult with this. So let's see, let's just get myself going in this line right here. Go ahead, bring myself back. I often just get myself on the line I want to be by just walking in that direction. And then over here on my hotbar, I've got some of these guys. And that's facing out the right direction. And eventually we're just going to need to put it down. Take a leap of faith that it's going to work out. Looks like to get the right angle with the path, we need to angle it out that way a little bit more. We'll see if that works out. We're not going to be right on the path, so that way we don't need to follow it, and then we won't crowd people who are using it. And this fence is going to be sort of the outer fence. I might make this one completely invisible and then just put a much more little ramshackle wood fence just within it that would look like the actual fence, because this is sort of high tech. It's not really the look that I want to go for this thing, but it's strong enough and it doesn't impede the view. I could do a stone fence, although with the number of alphas and gigas that are around here, that may not necessarily be a good idea because they could actually chew through it. So I want it to be metal strength. I don't want to just put a big metal fence though, because that really doesn't have that rustic, excuse me, I'm building here, doesn't have that rustic look I'm going for either. Anyway, you see where I'm going here? That's my first start. You press G on Structures Plus in order to modulate the snapping of these. I love these fence supports because they can actually give you a fence that's the same level all the way along. See how that's shaping up. That might be okay. So anyway, folks, I'm going to keep laying these down, keep playing around with it, and I'll bring you back once I have this perimeter mostly in place. I'm not going to bring you through all of this. And yeah, see you when I feel like I've gotten somewhere. So, Crackerz is welcoming me to her place. So she's sort of my neighbor. I'm working over there somewhere. Actually, you have to orient myself exactly where I am.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I'm almost done putting down all those fence supports. And then I got to go back to Ragnarok and get some more pieces. But she's just leaving. She invites me over and she ditches.
Sorry. I was just running in the direction of your base.
Oh, right. So I thought it might be a nice little interlude here to show her place off because she used the mod that I want to use for the Megatheritorium, and she did a really excellent job of it. She'll tell you that the gates around she just threw down real quick because she realized she didn't really have enough security here, but she's going to change that. But this building she made with the eco stables is pretty masterful use of it. I think it's really nicely done. So starting here in the entrance, maybe you want to give us the tour real quick, a little 2-minute tour.
Yeah, sure. Gosh, I have to reacquaint myself with this place because it's been so long since I've been here. But yeah, no, I just kind of made it into like sort of an A-frame kind of a deal, using all the eco stable stuff.
So this is her piece too, right? This glass surrounded with the wood framing. That's very nice.
Yeah, it is. And some of the stuff is paintable too, but I haven't fooled around with it. Like I think the inner, I can't remember for sure. It's been so long, but like I know in here you can see like you can paint this part of the wall in this one bedroom. I never did take the paint off, but so you can paint some of it too. The ends of the beds I've kind of fooled around to see what you could paint.
Oh, those are from the mod too, yeah. And then you've decorated with some of her other mods I see as well. We got the Eco Shop decor and the Eco's RP decor. This is a lovely little bedroom here.
Yeah, it's a spare room, so you can stay anytime.
Oh, cool. So yeah, nice twin beds in there. Nice arched doorway, or arch for whatever you want it to be, really. And then you got the doors within it.
Yeah.
And then these floors, the kind of rickety floors that come with it, it makes me want to get a can of nails and nail them back down a little bit. But a lovely main room here with this big ceiling. So the ceilings that come with Eco Stables are really cool. They have a real copper look to them that are almost nicer than the whole rest of it, but they're pretty cool. You were saying they're kind of hard to place, though?
They could be. They have a lot of snap points, yeah. So they were a little bit tricky, but once you kind of started working with them for like an hour, you kind of figured out the pattern they were supposed to kind of. So you could see how they were overlapping with each other, and then it got a little easier.
This here is the crafting station for the whole mod. So if you're working with this, you got to make this first here for folks who haven't used it before.
Yeah.
Nice little library up here. Come up here and study.
Yeah, this is my office. I can overlook. Well, eventually I'll have that all open and I'll be able to see the creek again. But I just, for now, I want to build like a little fishing hut over on the creek, have a little raft and go out for a little fishing
expedition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really did enjoy building with this mod. It was pretty cool.
And then here's the back deck. And then let's see if we can get back down outside. Here is another little room attached. It looks like there's a workshop and crafting stuff.
Yeah, this is where I keep all my stuff. I do like all these barrels too. They each have 100 capacity, so it's kind of a nice alternative to the storage.
Yeah, and it looks good. They stack nicely, it looks like. And then back here, you can see the stables actually being used as stables. So we got
yeah, these are little mini stables on the side. I added, at first I built the greenhouse here, and then I decided I wanted my Fiomia close, and I had plans to build a big barn out of this stuff too, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But so that's just a little mini one, and I put my crops in here and my Fiomia and my little bug, and then I just put the unicorn in here just actually a few minutes ago just to kind of house it.
Unicorn.
Felt like it needed its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
so there you have it,
really
folks.
Fun.
I just wanted to show you that real quick, and we'll get back to the build. But just wanted to show you part of my inspiration was Crackerz doing this. We only have this mod right now on the cluster on the island, and she was the first one that really took advantage of it here. So inspired me to do the same. So this is not going to happen in this episode, but I just wanted to show you what I'm looking forward to working with in the next one.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for the tour.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad we're neighbors.
Yay.